Hey everyone, I'm the Real Ron S from Chicago. I am making videos for my YouTube channel, and I brought a very special guest in, our first guest on the channel. This is DJ Scandall. Welcome aboard.
Thank you so much, Ron. I appreciate it. I'm so excited to be here. I really am.
I'm so excited you're here too. Before we get started, I want to make sure you know that I stream on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. and on Sundays from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. on the Real Ron S Chicago on Twitch. Are you streaming on Twitch now?
You know what? I used to have a real regular schedule, and now it's kind of crazy, but I'm planning on coming back with it. So we'll have more dedicated days.
I loved your Twitch streams because you would do just about anything for the crowd. What are some of the crazy things you did on screen?
Well, there's been a lot of crazy things. So kind of throughout my whole life, I've collected all these creatures, and I had them, and one night I was up real late, and everyone was calling me to go out, and then the one night I was up late to go out, no one wanted to go out. So I took all my creatures, and I called them my after hours crew, and we did that. So I danced with my shirt off. I mean, I have this eagle I call Brother Freedom. I make him caw. I make the donut go in the hot dog and all the good stuff with that.
So can I say that you're like a prodigy because your father helped you get started DJing?
Yeah, I guess a little bit more of a leg up. It was really cool. You know, I came from a really musical family. So my mother played piano, my dad DJ'd. My uncle is also a DJ too. So they've both been playing for over 30 years. So I started at age 5 going out with my dad, and then at age 10, my grandma was my roadie. She would take me everywhere, and we've just been going ever since. So it's pretty cool.
The life of a DJ. What's the most important lesson you learned from your father for your DJing?
Be prepared. You know, it's an oxymoron. You know what I mean? If you're prepared, you're gonna have fun. If you aren't prepared, you aren't having fun. So you be prepared, and then also you're only as good as your cables. So you know, all the time if something goes wrong, you think it's a $2,000 piece of equipment, but it's really the $2 cable you've just thrown in your bag every time.
And I saw your bag of cables. I was so impressed how you had everything organized, every single adapter. That must have saved the day for you many times.
Actually, that's a recent thing that just happened. Up until like 2 years ago, it was never like that. So it's been awesome. I've really felt the benefit of it. So I'm excited to organize more.
Yes. So going back about 9 months ago, you were on the road touring. You were DJing clubs everywhere. You were doing weddings. You're producing. You're in comic books. And then come March, everything just kind of stopped.
Mm-hmm.
What was your initial reaction?
My initial reaction was I didn't believe it was happening, and I'll never forget. I was shopping for my kids and for their birthdays, and we were buying toys. And my buddy and I, who was another DJ, we got and we were talking, and he's like, "Yeah, man. Well, when everything runs out," and I was like, "Oh no, man, we'll be good. And then it really sunk in, and then kind of the first month into it, it was cool. I mean, I did stuff I said I was gonna do 20 years ago. It was great. It was wonderful. And then it just got real scary. It really did. Just everything came to a standstill. But where my DJ career had a standstill, my production career has blossomed. So I've been able to produce all kinds of different music and do a little bit different.
What kind of production are you doing?
Well, I kind of have two really polar opposite extremes. I produce dance and club music with my partner Rosalio. We go by Scandall N Ros, like Kid and Play from House Party.
Of course.
Right? We're gonna make it look like House Party too. And then I help my mother produce church hymns. So I do all the recording for a church band, and I produce it. So it's pretty fun.
I've got to know, when you walk into the room with your very distinct look, how do the church people react to you?
You know, at first I get a lot of snares and whispers, but after a while they're all my friends, so I can't argue with it. It's nice. They all feel really cool because they talk to the guy who looks like a freak. You know, they can say I know someone.
So in the beginning, were you streaming a lot?
In the beginning, I was. You know, normally I practice for 1 to 10 hours a day.
Wow.
Right? Almost every day I'll sit down and I'll play for 1 to 10 hours. I'll learn new music. I'll pick genres of music I'm not good with or that I don't like, and I'll force myself to become good with them. So really for me, it was just incorporating the after hours crew, right? It was incorporating all the craziness and just not standing there. Usually I eat or I'll do other stuff while I'm DJing and mix, you know? And it was kind of just a more constructive way. And then everyone really just responded to it. So it was really cool. And like I said, it was every day. I think my longest stream was 12 hours.
Wow.
I did 12 hours, and I repeated 2 songs.
Call him Danny. Reference Danny Tenaglia and his legendary overnight sets in Miami. So it's a compliment.
Oh, shout out Danny. Yeah, he's one of my heroes, The Voice.
So we're not actually over the coronavirus and how it's affecting us. Clubs aren't really open. But recently, things are getting back to be a little more normal for you now. How are you moving back into the world?
It's been cool. I mean, it's different. Definitely, I've never made so many announcements on the microphone for people to be wearing their masks, being aware of others and their safety. That's definitely something. I started back in I've worked in the adult industry for close to a decade, a little bit longer, and I just started back up with Club 390 in Chicago Heights. It's interesting. It's weird seeing these girls getting booty naked with a mask on, but it's kind of funny, and it's brought back some money, and it's really helped. Weddings, a lot more outdoor weddings, a lot more backyard weddings. In the clubs, we've been doing a lot of patios, and like I said, just open air. So it's been cool. At first, people were really resilient, and they didn't want to be around each other, and now it seems like everyone understands the social distancing and they have a better time. So it's cool. It's cool. It's hopeful for when everything does come back.
And we're all hoping and praying for that. So we talked about the clubs. And I want to ask what kind of music you're working on right now.
Music I'm working on right now, Roz and I have been finishing up tracks. We released Radio Cubana. That was a song we actually started 5 years ago, and we finally just finished and got through. So we've really been working on some production for that. We have a remix for Dark Intensity for Manny coming out, so
nice.
I'm real excited for that. And then, just kind of figuring everything out. We have all kinds of different projects, and it's awesome. I mean, it's awesome.
So tell us about your comic book superhero fantasy.
So my comic book superhero fantasy, it's really cool because I've never been a really big comic book guy, and then I had kids. My kids really got into it, and it was pretty cool. And then when we worked at Pink Monkey, Roz and I, we worked with this guy, Ted, and Ted was absolutely awesome. He listened to us about our lives. He's worked in the nightlife. He understands. And then we came up with these comic book characters of my partner, Roz, and I, and we're just beefed out, and it's just over the top hysterical. It's really funny.
And book 2 is coming out?
Book two is coming out. Yeah, we actually have a Kickstarter and a GoFundMe for that, so I'll send that over to you. But we actually have the physical copies, so it's really awesome. I mean, it's cool to have a physical copy of your comic book.
Where do you see yourself going next?
Honestly, I see myself going back on a national level. I was fortunate enough to play in about 17 different states 3 years ago. I was fortunate enough to do that. We didn't have the internet presence with the streaming and Spotify. Now we just hit 250,000 streams on Spotify. So now when I'm talking to all these places and I'm going out, there's a lot more on the back end. Our social media, our videos, everything. The best part about the quarantine was we learned how to produce the videos and how to produce the back end of it so much more. We never had time before. So now everything that's coming out and the ability to reach the outside world, it's just been awesome. It's been up to 1,000%. So I really hope that we stay on that. I've continued on my quest to be an international figure of music to be reckoned with. And it's really what I want to do. I've never really cared about anything but music in my life. Yeah.
And now the cheesy question I always end with. What would you like to say to all your fans out there watching?
I like to say thank you. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for just really accepting, understanding that it's been quite a go. I mean, it's 27 years of DJing. I got some people that have been here all 27 and some people that are new. I really appreciate the understanding, the loyalty, and just really the love. I mean, it's really awesome. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you.
Thank you. We've both been tested, so it's perfectly safe.
Mm-hmm. More ways than one.
How can people find you online?
Well, people can find me anyway. Really, Google, right? You can be on Google, I'm just avoiding the obvious right now. if you go on Instagram at DJ Scandall, Scandal with 2 L's. Everyone likes to spell it with 1 L, but it's with 2 because otherwise my name would have been DJ Handle or Candle. You can go on Twitter at DJ Scandal, really across the board, like my man Ron S, the real Ron S here. And if you're looking for the partnership, obviously Scandall N Ros. So that's Scandal with 2 L's _N_Ros. If you're looking for music on Spotify, it's all under Scandall N Ros. So.
And all that will be in the description below, so you can follow Mr. Scandall, Mr. Ross, Scandall N Ros. Notice the hat, the branding,
and the shirt, which I
pretty purple.
Oh yeah, it's pretty purple. And this is actually the 3rd time that I've worn a colorful shirt in like the last decade. So
wow.
my sister she always pays attention, and she saw this and she gets so excited. She was just pink. I was wearing a pink shirt the other day. And she's awesome. She's mentally disabled, and it's just awesome. So for her, it's a big event, like it is for everybody else. Even bigger event, I should say.
Well, she's awesome. You're awesome, and y'all are awesome for watching this.
You are.
Don't forget to follow me on Twitch and Twitter. On Twitch, the Real Ron S Chicago. I'm on Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central, and on Sundays from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe, follow, and if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.